Okay, so this is Castle Crashers. Let's go ahead and start up a local game here. I'm just going to show off some basics with a lower level character here. Show you how the game is played a bit. Let's go ahead and jump to this level. So you have your basic regular attack, which is like this. This is your light attack, I guess I could say. When you're hitting enemies, it can combo into like 4 hits or something. You have your heavy attack, which looks like this. And then you also have arrows, which look like this. Now you can mix them up, or at least your light and your heavy attack, to do combos like that. Which do a lot more damage. You can pick up money, which is used for buying some things. You can use it to buy certain things at shops, I'll show that later. Some you can jump up to, of course, too. But you can also sometimes juggle enemies across the screen. I just leveled up. Oh, when you're really close to an enemy and you use your heavy attack, you can throw them. Which is helpful in certain situations. Also, when enemies are down, if I can show it here. Here's this guy, he shoots arrows, I don't like him. You can stomp on them with heavy attack, which keeps them from getting up as easily. Now, of course, the main appeal of this game is the multiplayer, really. Playing on single player is possible, but if you have multiple people to play this with, it's best because it's a lot easier and more fun when you have up to 4 people playing this at once rather than doing it by yourself. But it is possible to play the entire game by yourself if you want. There's grass here you can cut, pick up health. You can, like I said, it is possible to juggle enemies like this. If you mix up your attacks here in the air. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, if you hold down R2 or the right trigger, you can use magic. You'll glow like this. Oh, hold on, we got a mid-boss coming in. And then if you press your heavy attack or your arrow button, you can use magic like this. Now I'm just gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna kind of cheese it a little bit if I can by attacking in the air. I won't get hit by those explosions. Oh, but he'll just ram me anyway. Yeah, so this knight is a ice knight, so all of his magic has to do with ice. Whereas other characters have different sort of elemental affinities. Oh yeah, the left L2 or left trigger will shield for you, which is very helpful in case. It's really more helpful with like archer enemies when you're not close enough to attack back. But it's also still useful when you need to block stuff. When you're shielding, you do move. You do not turn around when you move, so that can be helpful in certain situations. Really like this combo here, the 3 lights and 2 heavies. You saw me level up earlier, so at the end of the level we'll be able to allocate stat points based on how many times we level up. Let's see if we level up maybe one more time. Kind of close, but not too close. See if I can make it. Oh. We'll break down this door to go fight the boss. Oh, we got one more screen here to go through. I'm trying to think what other abilities there are. Oh, if you have, I've only got 2 items right now, but you press the like L1 or the left bumper to cycle through your items, or the R, the right side too. Oh yeah, so the story is those 4 princesses you see, they were all kidnapped from the castle during a party, or the castle was attacked, and they took the princesses. Alright, and so, yeah. So basically the main goal of the game is to rescue the princesses. I'm hoping I can level up one more time, just so I can show how the leveling up works. Oh! Oh, it's not dead. I'm almost there. There we go. And boss is down. Alright, so in these levels with the boss and the princesses, not every level ends with the boss and the princess, of course, but when they do, you open up this chest, and in a multiplayer game, everyone would be scrambling right now to get all the money that they can for themselves. But since it's a single player mode, I'm just going to get all the money. And then you jump and attack here to rescue the princess. And then again, in a multiplayer game right now, everyone would be set aside to fight each other. And then the last one standing is the one who gets to kiss the princess. But again, it's a single player mode, so you don't get to see that. Whoa, I leveled up. Oh, I got 4 points to use. Cool. So with this, so when you level up, you get to allocate points toward your different stats. Now there's strength, magic, defense and health, and speed and archery. They're all pretty good options. With this guy in particular, I'm going with magic and speed. So I'll just do like that. But yeah, you can choose how you upgrade your character, however you like. Now, the first big objective of the game really is to get the things to cross the river here. I've already got the compass. I still need the wheel and the telescope. But I'd say this is probably about the halfway point, crossing the ocean or river here. You go up here and go to different levels. I've only gotten this far so far with this guy. These are other levels. Oh, let's go back to the beginning here. Check out the blacksmith. Now, the blacksmith, when you go in here, you can choose from the weapons that you have found throughout the game. As you see, they all have different stats. Like this one has +2 strength, but -1 of your speed. This one has +2 magic, but -1 of your defense. And as you can see, I don't have all the weapons on here yet, but I do have a bunch. And they all have different stats. There is a level requirement, the red number there. That's what level you have to be in order to use it. So, say this one right here, I can't use it yet. But this one I can. So now my weapon is this. But let's see, what was I using? This one? Yeah, I guess I'll stick with this one for a while. Alright, and if you go over to this side, this is where you can choose your animal buddy. Your animal buddies only show up here when you find them in the levels. I found them all, but so that's why they're all here. But they all have different abilities. For example, the one I have right now helps you level up faster. If you get someone like this, he helps you find secret items. This one, he will attack fallen enemies. So they all have different ways to support you. Increases strength, defense, and agility. That's pretty good. But I'm gonna stick with this one just to level up faster. There are a bunch more here, but I don't wanna show them all to you. So yeah, that's the blacksmith area. If you come here, this is just like an arena. In single player mode, you fight waves of enemies. I believe the first time you do it, you unlock like another character, but after that, I don't think it does anything. If you are in multiplayer, I believe you just fight each other. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't exactly tested it, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Anyway, we don't need to do this. What else? Oh yeah, a shop. So you come, there are some different shops throughout the game. You can buy weapons. I've already bought this one, so it won't let me buy it again. You can buy potions, which you can use to restore your health. In multiplayer mode, potions will be used automatically when you reach 0 health. In single player mode, they will not. So you have to manually choose to use one when you do. There are also bombs. See, now I've got multiple items to select through. Arrow, shovel, bomb, potion. So, and then there's like another arena, which again doesn't really serve a purpose. It's really not anything exciting there, the arenas at least. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and switch characters for a second. Just so I can show off other things. So after you beat the game, you get that little skull on your character to show that that character has beaten the game. And you unlock this area down here, which turns on insane mode, or basically hard mode. And then there's also a shop here with some super powerful stuff. But when you enter hard mode, this is the opening storyline, but I can skip it by going back to the map. And when it's on fire like that, that means it's on hard mode. I can return to normal mode if I want, but I don't need to. Oh yeah, so as you can see, my progress is not all the way through because this is insane mode and it's basically got its own set of progress to make. If I return to normal, I've already cleared all this. I don't want to show you the whole map. You know, give you something to look forward to when you play it. But that's how that goes. Oh, I want to show you just real quick. So this is me when I'm super high leveled. I can kill all these enemies here. Alright, so when you have this character, he has all those stats maxed out: the health, defense, strength, and speed. The interesting thing about that is your arrow shots. Is that at max arrows you can shoot like this, and it goes the entire length of the screen. Of course, I've got magic that lasts a super long time. And yeah, I hit hard, I run pretty fast, I can take a decent amount of hits. I mean, once you go into insane difficulty mode, all of that pretty much goes out the window, because you're basically like a starting character again, because the enemies are all buffed up to match you. Now let's go ahead and check out the options real fast. You can change the resolution, toggle on and off full screen and stuff. Audio options, just to let you look at it. Voice volume, that's like a gibberish kind of talking, not really. You can change the controller settings, keyboard settings. Alright. Now I want to show the other stuff. Go ahead and check out the arena here. This is the multiplayer arena, which is a little different in that you have different game modes to check out. Now the first one, Melee, this one's pretty obvious. It's basically like the arena in the main campaign mode, where you just fight each other to the death. Oh yeah, if these cats are here because if you get too close they just whack you, so it's to encourage you to stay in the middle of the arena. Of course, when you defeat your enemy or your opponent, you know, that's the end of it. It keeps track of wins on the left side there. But yeah, that's basically Melee. That's the basic fighting thing. Quick Draw is a little different in that your only attack is your arrows. Now, these arrows pop up throughout the arena, and they increase your arrow stat, so you can shoot farther and faster. There we go. Yeah, I say I'm shooting faster. But yeah. Now, I say arrows are your only attack, but you can still throw them. So, say you want to block your opponent's attacks, they can still come up and throw you. So there is some strategy in it, although I don't really find it too engaging. I mean, it's fun like, oh, I exit all the way out. It's fun for like, you know, the first few times, but it's not as fun as like the main game. That's all I'm saying. So let's go ahead and check out the other ones. Treasure. Treasure is you don't have any attacks, you just have a shovel. So what you're doing is you're trying to dig up treasure. And as you collect treasure, it hurts the other opponent. So as you can see, the red guy, he's losing health as I pick up money. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Funny enough, you can attack with the shovel too. Now, here's the thing about this one. This is a little bit of a meta game here, but let's say you're digging up. Your opponent can easily walk up and take treasure before you get back up from your animation of digging up the treasure. So, it's kind of difficult to say if this is even good, because it kind of means like no one wants to dig for treasure, because whoever's the first one to dig is going to be missing out. Or you can try to kill each other with shovels. Anyway, it'll be faster for me to just exit out, I guess. The last one is Beefy. You know, the one after that is just character select. But Beefy here, this one's interesting in that, as you'll see in a sec, you have no regular attacks. Oh man. Okay. So basically, you have to grab one of those chickens to attack your opponent. Because when you don't have any attacks, you just have a grab button. So you're supposed to go out and grab one of these chicken things, so you can turn Beefy, and then you can fight. And as you saw, there is this strategy of juggling your opponent in the air, in which they can't get out. And yeah. So that's the arena mode. There's one more mode. Back off Barbarian. I'll go ahead and throw in two guys here. Basically, you have to push the direction to go. Now, I don't push. Now, when I push right, I'm not going to go right. I'm going to go down. Oh, I'm the green guy. Yeah, if I push. Now, right here. If I push right, I'm going to go left, because that's where the right arrow is. You go in the direction that the arrow is pointing. So it's a little, you have to focus on what you're doing a little bit. It's not just, you know, moving where you want. And then those enemies, if they hit you, you get knocked out. And now in a multiplayer game, let's see if I can not die here for a sec. In a multiplayer game, potions will show up, which will let you revive your friends. And that's how I would recommend you get the achievements. I'll just go ahead and let him die here. As you can see, it keeps track of your time at the top of the screen there. And there's your best records. And it'll just keep going. So yeah, that is Castle Crashers. Again, it is the main game. Castle Crashers here is the real main appeal. You really do want to have multiple people to play with. It's best. Again, you don't have to. I just played this whole game over the weekend by myself. There are different locations, different types of enemies. But yeah, this is the main game that you want to be interested in. The mini game, the arena stuff, that's not really that appealing to me, at least. But it can be fun. Of course, if you find like little X's on the ground like this, you can dig them up. throw enemies into each other. Here's another like mid-boss kind of thing. But yeah, that's the game. I guess there's not much else to say. But yeah. If you have any questions about the game, you can ask in the comments below. I'm just gonna have to stop playing here in a sec. Oh, I died. But yeah. So, funny thing. This game, as you can see, I have all the achievements. So, interesting little thing is that Cast Crashers, at the time of this recording, it was a free weekend. And I didn't have this on Steam. I played it a ton on PS3. So, I didn't have it on Steam before. And, I mean, I technically don't yet. I got all the achievements and such over this weekend while it was free. I beat the game. I got sort of far in the hard mode. But yeah, just over the free weekend. So it is possible to get all the achievements in one weekend. But just to show that I'm not super cheap, I'll just go ahead and buy it. $7.50. It's like nothing, right? There you go. So now I officially own it. Again, I got all the achievements before I even owned the game. Just saying. I'm trying to show off here. For my personal recommendation, I would say I do recommend this game. It's a lot more fun with multiplayer. If you got friends, you can play on the online. Works pretty good. You know, if you find people to play with online. If you, at least on Steam, if you just ask around in the discussion board, you can find people to play online with easily. That's part of the achievements, is to, you know, play online. So I would say online works pretty good. Local play works pretty good. I'd go for any of that. Multiplayer is pretty good, but again, you can play it single player. I did the entire game single player, so it's not like too hard or too unfun, but it's definitely more fun with multiplayer. So I would definitely recommend that. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.